Ladies and gentlemen, this weekend marks the beginning of a new chapter in WWE history. This weekend has not been about tradition. It's not been about nostalgia. It's been about transformation. It's been about redefinition. What we just witnessed at NXT Stand and Deliver wasn't a warm-up or a sideshow. It was a passing of the torch. It was a firestorm, a gauntlet thrown down in front of every locker room across every brand. It was a declaration that the old ways are over and the new age begins now. Stand and Deliver wasn't about checking boxes or treading water. It was about proving worth. It was the ignition spark. It was the thunder before the lightning. And the lightning is Wrestlemania. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the very first Wrestlemania in this brand new WWE era. Of course, we had the shocking announcement from The Rock before NXT Stand and Deliver that all title reigns were wiped clean and we were starting completely over. And The Rock has more to tell the WWE Universe here for WrestleMania. As you can see, The Rock emerging with that custom People's Championship that he was gifted. At NXT Stand and Deliver, Roxanne Perez proved that she's more than hype, she's legacy in motion. Fighting through the toughest challenge of her career, walking out with gold around her waist, a fire in her eyes, and a division on her back. Trick Williams showed us what happens when destiny and opportunity collide, and he didn't blink. He seized the moment, planted his flag, and announced this era is his. We saw the brutality of Tony D'Angelo and Ricky Saints. We saw Jordan Grace stand tall with dominance and clarity. Fatal Influence and New Catch Republic brought tornado tag chaos and clarity. The world now knows who rules the tag divisions in NXT. We saw other superstars like Tamina, Wendy Chu, Miles Bourne, Luca Crucifino, Carmen Petrovic, and Zarya step up and earn their spots in tournaments that will define the next generation of champions, or at least the new champions next month. Each of them didn't just win a match, they won a potential at a future. We watched Charlie Dempsey and Apollo Crews grind out victories against top-tier opponents to earn places in the most high-stakes tournament of them all, the one to crown the new NXT Men's World Champion at our next premium live event for NXT. As The Rock basks in the half adulation of the crowd, half anger, as he has certainly decided to go a new route. Formerly the true People's Champion, now he's trying to buy souls and turn wrestlers to the dark side. NXT Stand and Deliver wasn't a show. That was a sorting, a filtering of those who can from those who can't. And if you think that ends here, you've misunderstood the point. As WrestleMania doesn't cap off stories, this year it launches a whole new volume. Sol Ruka's high-risk style, Lexis King's ruthless matches and fighting style, Tatum Paxley and Eddie Thorpe's rise, each one represents a chess move made by those who now call the shots. Not for just one night, not for a weekend, but for the foreseeable future. And the people pulling those strings, they're not corporate suits, they're visionaries. But now The Rock is ready to speak. Let The Rock tell you something. How do you build a kingdom? You tear down the old one, brick by brick, crown by crown. What The Rock did was necessary. It wasn't personal, it was surgical. WWE had grown fat, complacent, stuck in its ways. Titles handed out like party favors, talent wasting away with no guidance. You think John Cena didn't deserve better than to become a paper champion in a broken system? The Rock knew better, so The Rock hit reset. Now, some of you have cried about it. Why strip the belts? Why wipe the slate clean? Because that slate was dirty, corrupt, covered in decisions made for likes, not legacy. The Rock didn't reset WWE out of impulse. He did it out of integrity. And let's talk about Cena. Oh, don't think The Rock forgot about him. Cena's one of the greatest, a fighter, a draw. But let's be honest, The Rock now owns Cena. He can wear camo, he can salute the crowd, but The Rock took that world title right off his shoulder, and Cena knows it was the right move. You think he's not pissed? Of course he is. But he'll deal with it. Because deep down, John Cena knows when the smoke clears, when the dust settles, he'll be the one to win that one true men's world championship. And he'll do it under The Rock's system. And speaking of systems, Triple H. Hey, Hunter. Hope you're watching. You built something respectable. The Rock can admit that. You brought NXT into a spotlight it had never seen before. You built WWE into a great brand, once again. But now The Rock is calling the plays. The Rock has the boardroom, the vision, the authority. You think you can play defense? Think that you can outmaneuver the Great One? Good luck, because The Rock isn't here for handshakes and nostalgia tours. The Rock is here to own this company's future. And guess what? There's nothing you can do about it. Because I'm not just a voice on a mic. I'm a seat on the board. I'm executive action with a spine. And I'm the reason we've got managers like Eric Olson and Kat Majuli scouting, signing, and reshaping the roster from the ground up. You've seen who they brought in. Sol Ruca, Lexis King, Tatum Paxley, Eddie Thorpe. Hungry, unpredictable, ready. But you haven't seen what's coming next. Because let The Rock tell you, Olsen and Majuli are just getting started. There are names you haven't heard yet. Contracts being negotiated. Free agents making calls. The kind of athletes that make jaws drop and ratings spike. And yes, they're coming. Sooner than you think. But you won't hear their names tonight. Because The Rock knows how to make an entrance. And when those signings drop, it's going to shake the earth. But hey, not everything is under control just yet. The Rock knows that too. There are a few rogue elements out there, superstars who don't want to play by the new rules, who hide in the shadows and whisper chaos. But The Rock is working on that. The shadows will have their reckoning, believe that. This weekend is about clarity. This weekend is about showing you this is the beginning. And no, it's not the beginning of a new season or a new fiscal year or a new marketing push. It's the beginning of wrestling's real era. So whether you're Trick Williams, Roxanne Perez, Jordan Grace, John Cena, or even Hunter himself, you either evolve or get left behind. The Rock is here, and The Rock is in charge. So let's get to it. 14 matches, 14 statements, and by the end of this weekend, every WWE championship will have a new owner. Welcome to WrestleMania. Welcome to The Rock's era.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
So another electric promo from The Rock. Let The Rock tell you something. That's how it began, not with fireworks, not with fanfare, but with command. That wasn't just a promo, that was a proclamation. The Rock laid down a message that echoed through the industry. You build a kingdom by tearing the old one down. And that's exactly what he's done. He said he did what was necessary. Not personal, but surgical. A reset for a WWE that, in his words, had gotten fat, complacent, and broken. Titles handed out like party favors, legends fading in a fog of mismanagement. He referenced John Cena by name, with a bit of respect, but absolutely no mercy. Called him a paper champion in a system that failed him. Claimed ownership of him. That split the crowd like thunder. Some cheered, some booed, but nobody stayed silent. Then he turned his sights to Triple H, and if there was any doubt, he wiped it clean. The Rock's not here to reminisce. He's here to run the damn show. From the boardroom to the ring, this is now his company. And with him, executive managers like Eric Olson and Kat Majuli, reshaping the roster with fresh names like Sol Ruca, Lexis King, Tatum Paxley, and Eddie Thorpe so far, but The Rock also hinted there's more. New signings coming, athletes that'll make jaws drop. So who are those new signings? Speculation is flying. Is it potentially Julia, who's already in WWE? Would it be Jacob Fatu, again already in WWE? Maybe Nick Aldis puts the tie down and laces up the boots one more time. Or is it Kazuchika Okada? Too early to tell, but if The Rock says the earth's gonna shake, you best believe it. And the rogue elements, the whispers of chaos, that's even murkier. You think of those outside the system. Maybe Sami Zayn, a loyalist but one who's never feared shaking the tree. Could it be Kevin Owens, LA Knight, who never bowed to the corporate machine? Or even Randy Orton lurking in the shadows with a Viper's patience? Or is it some group of superstars even darker, even more sinister? We'll find out later. Right now, we are kicking off WrestleMania the only way The Rock would allow, with purpose. We've already seen Isla Dawn down at the ring. From the misty highlands of Scotland, Isla Dawn enters with mystery wrapped around her like a cloak, a spiritual successor to the darker magic of WWE's mystic lineage. Think early Bray Wyatt meets the ethereal precision of Paige. She's no stranger to championships, a former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, her style unorthodox, mesmerizing. She blends psychological warfare with physical unpredictability. Every gesture, every glance, it's like a ritual. She casts atmosphere, not just punches. But don't let the mystique fool you. She's tough as coffin nails. She's bled, she's clawed, and she's scratched her way out of the UK scene across NXT Europe, and now finds herself on the grandest stage of them all. Tonight, for Isla, this match isn't just about advancement, it's about prophecy. She believes destiny walks with her, and in the shadows, she sees gold. But across the ring from her, we've got Maxine Dupree, alpha female, model, fighter. Once dismissed as just another manager with a dazzling smile, Maxine Dupree has silenced every critic who underestimated her. What started as high-fashion entrances and sharp-tongued charisma has evolved into a genuine wrestling threat. Training alongside Alpha Academy, she's molded herself into a hybrid competitor, blending athleticism, raw power, and surprising ring IQ. And don't forget her background, collegiate-level athleticism, gymnastics precision, and a natural gift for performance. She's fought her way out of the valet label and into the bracket of legit contenders. And tonight is her chance to prove that beauty and brawn aren't just compatible, they're lethal. Dupree doesn't cast spells, she commands the spotlight. She doesn't believe in fate, she rewrites it. Isla Dawn, of course, once trained with the same underground UK scene that produced Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Kay Lee Ray. That gritty European-style courses through her. You can see her in control of this match right now against Maxine Dupree. Dawn, of course, is fluent in mind games. Used to flicker the arena lights during her matches in NXT UK. Even her gears embroidered with arcane sigils. She's got her tag team partner Alba Fire with her at ringside. Fire, of course, is chaotic and poetic in a way. The two embrace darkness as a strategy, not just an aesthetic. Isla Dawn going for the pinfall. Could she get the victory here? 1, 2, no! Maxine Dupree is able to kick out. Of course, critics of Isla Dawn say her unorthodox pacing throws off rhythm. She's been known to lull opponents into overconfidence before striking with eerie efficiency. And Maxine Dupree taking charge of the match. She, of course, grew up in Southern California, where image is everything, and flipped that into fuel. She's built herself in the Alpha Academy mold. No nonsense, all effort. Her evolution from mouthpiece to mat technician has been one of WWE's most organic. She didn't cut corners. Hours in the Performance Center, training with Otis, and previously Chad Gable before he, of course, lost his damn mind. Now Isla Dawn, no, Maxine Dupree back in control. No, another reversal. Now Isla Dawn back in control as this match goes back and forth. Maxine Dupree's media background makes her deceptively composed under pressure. She's played to cameras her whole life, and now she plays to the crowd with intention. Some have been wondering if Maxine Dupree might be targeted by Kat Majuli. Some even say that Maxine Dupree is the blueprint for the new generation of wrestlers here in the WWE. Now Dupree taking it to Isla Dawn. See Alba Fire looking on. Here's a pin attempt from Dupree. Could this be it? No, an almost immediate kick out from Isla Dawn here. And this match continues. Great succession of clotheslines there from Maxine Dupree. And now attacking Isla Dawn in the corner. No, a reversal from Isla Dawn. And this match continues to go back and forth. It looks like the referee is attending to one of the turnbuckle pads that I believe Alba Fire removed. And now we've got Akira Tozawa up on the ropes, and he just removed the turnbuckle pad. But the ref immediately turns his attention to that. Both teams trying to get whatever upper hand they can. Well, look at that kip up by Maxine Dupree. She just all of a sudden got a new wave of energy. Can she turn that into a huge win here at WrestleMania? Of course, the opening match of the night. We had an incredible event, the NXT Stand and Deliver, but here's a pin attempt from Maxine Dupree, but no, almost immediately a kick out from Isla Dawn. She's not quite ready to give up just yet. As we mentioned, an incredible event with Stand and Deliver where we crowned all of our NXT champions. And now we are ready to crown all of our WWE champions. That'll be later in the night. The winner of this match, however, does get a spot in the United States Championship Tournament for the women's division next month in hopes of facing whoever wins that Women's United States Championship tonight at the next Premium Live event at the end of next month. Each month we will have tournament competitions to make sure that whoever does get a title shot at the next Premium Live event has earned that title shot. It hasn't just been given to them. Part of the drastic restructuring of the WWE that The Rock and the TKO board have just undergone this weekend. All title reigns wiped clean. We are deciding those champions throughout the weekend. NXT already done. WWE still to come here at WrestleMania. Both superstars just absolutely exhausted. What a match we've seen. A great opening match here at WrestleMania. Maxine Dupree re-establishing control right now. Working on the extremities of Isla Dawn. Can Maxine Dupree get the biggest win of her professional wrestling career? Here comes Isla Dawn fighting back though. And yet another reversal. Maxine Dupree back in control whenever... Oh, no, another reversal. A seesaw match for sure. Whenever one superstar begins to take control, the other one pops right back up into control, it seems like. Isla Dawn now working on Maxine Dupree in the corner. Both superstars need to be getting exhausted at this point. Here's a pin attempt from Isla Dawn. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Do we have our first winner of WrestleMania? Isla Dawn, no, a kick out. Maxine Dupree showing that fighting spirit, refusing to stay down for the 3 count. And this match will continue. Oh, look at that. Another kip up from Maxine Dupree, but right into an Isla Dawn move. An incredible suplex there from Isla Dawn. Akira Tozawa tried to trip up Isla Dawn, but missed. Oh, a huge clothesline there from Maxine Dupree. And now she is just pummeling Isla Dawn on the mat. Maxine Dupree showing all sorts of toughness and grit here tonight. Looks like she might be trying to set Isla Dawn up for her finishing move. Could this be it, folks? Maxine Dupree lifts her up and drops her down into a suplex sort of pinfall attempt. No, Isla Dawn able to kick out. That is not enough to end this match. And this marathon match continues. You can see Maxine Dupree absolutely exhausted, but she immediately goes back to work. She knows her job isn't finished just yet. She's bound and determined to get this win for Alpha Academy. Of course, we don't know the card for WrestleMania. We don't know who will be competing in each match. We don't know who will get title opportunities tonight. The Rock did mention that John Cena probably will get a shot at the men's heavyweight championship. We know there's just going to be one men's heavyweight champion and one women's heavyweight champion. No more duplicate belt for world champions here in WWE. So more than likely we'll see John Cena in the men's championship match. But other than that, we are unsure who gets to compete in what matches, short of Isla Dawn competing against Maxine Dupree here tonight in our opener. And Isla Dawn looks like she might be ready to wrap this thing up, folks. She's got Maxine Dupree exactly where she wants her. A big kick to the back. And here's a pin attempt. This could be it. Isla Dawn may be our first winner here at WrestleMania. No, another kick out from Maxine Dupree. And you can see the frustration for Isla Dawn. Whatever she does, Maxine Dupree just keeps getting back up. And here's a reversal from Dupree. And look at this move from Maxine Dupree, lifting her up. Oh, but then a reversal from Isla Dawn. This match seesaws back and forth once again. What a match we've had, leading things off here at WrestleMania. And here's an incredible suplex turned into a pin for Maxine Dupree. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. There's two. No, a kick out from Isla Dawn. And this match just keeps going. Maxine Dupree looks like she might be setting Isla Dawn up for the finisher, though. Could this be it? And here is that kind of modified suplex pin from Maxine Dupree. There's two, and there's three. Maxine Dupree gets it done. A huge win for Maxine Dupree with a pin suplex out of nowhere. That's not just a win, that is a statement. Welcome to WrestleMania. Welcome to The Rock's era. And Maxine Dupree just punched her ticket to the Women's United States title tournament that will take place over the course of the next few weeks on Raw and SmackDown, hoping that she can earn her spot to the next Premium Live event to compete for the WWE Women's United States Championship. That title, of course, will be handed out later tonight. We're not sure who will be competing for it, but we do know Maxine Dupree has just earned the biggest victory of her professional wrestling career by defeating Isla Dawn here tonight by pinfall. As we look at the replays, incredible moves by both superstars in this back and forth match. Neither seem to want to give in. You see here a pin attempt by Isla Dawn, but Maxine Dupree kicked out again and again. And then in the end, Maxine Dupree set Isla Dawn up. This is still not the last move. It was another impressive suplex pin attempt by Maxine Dupree. But this is what finally did it. Maxine Dupree with her finisher, lifting Isla Dawn up, dropping her back, and rolling it into a pin attempt. Beautiful execution there by Maxine Dupree, and she is your winner. Akira Tozawa and Otis joining her in the ring as Alpha Academy celebrates a huge victory for Maxine Dupree here tonight in our opening match of the first WrestleMania in this new era of the WWE. What a match, what a night we're going to have, folks. Stay with us. We are almost ready for our next match of the night. So what a way to kick off WrestleMania in a match that blended mysticism with momentum. Maxine Dupree just pulled off the biggest win of her career, defeating Isla Dawn and earning her spot in next month's Women's United States Championship tournament. Isla, of course, brought her signature eeriness, unsettling stares, ritual pacing, the slow psychological build, but Maxine didn't blink. All that time training with Alpha Academy has paid off. She stayed composed, kept the pace fast, and when the opening appeared, she capitalized. A picture-perfect pin suplex sealed the win, and with it, a golden opportunity just around the corner. Maxine's not just a presence anymore, she's a player. And in The Rock's new era, that's the exact kind of energy this company is rewarding. And now we turn the page to a new contest, one soaked in contrast, history, and hunger. A spot in the Men's United States Championship tournament is on the line, and these two competitors couldn't be more different. Yet both carry decades of battle into this one crucial moment. First, making his way into the ring right now from the cold halls of Valhalla, weighing over 300 pounds, forged in fire and raised in battle, this is Ivar. Ivar is a storm with legs, once known around the world as part of War Machine, and now they are the War Raiders. He's dominated in Japan, lit up the Indies, and reigns supreme with Eric as the War Raiders, as we mentioned. But tonight, he walks alone, not just as a survivor of that brutal tag team era, but as a man now blazing his own trail. Since Eric's injury, Ivar did anything but fade. He stepped up, he faced Gunther, Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, and pushed every one of them to their limits. And tonight he fights not just for glory, but to make his mark in this new WWE era. And his opponent now making his way down to the ring from Charlotte, North Carolina, a man who's been entertaining, surprising, and defying expectations for decades, R-Truth. You already hear the reaction. How could you not? This man is absolutely beloved. But let's be clear, this isn't just about nostalgia. R-Truth is a former United States champion, a former NWA World Heavyweight champion, and one of the most versatile performers this company has ever seen. From battling Cena in the main event of Capital Punishment to racking up more 24/7 title reigns than some have matches, Truth is unpredictable, unbreakable, and right now laser focused on one more title run. It's power versus wit, Norse Fury versus Carolina Charisma. Let's get into it. And here we go, R-Truth with a fast start. But Ivar countering, wasting no time, asserting himself, stepping towards center ring like a glacier on a mission. Truth trying to keep it light on his feet, bouncing and smiling. But the smile's usually a disguise. It always has been. See, R-Truth is a master of misdirection. He'll dance, he'll joke, he'll confuse, but when he strikes, it's fast and real. That's how he's lasted over 2 decades in this business. That's how he beat Ken Shamrock for the NWA title, and how he's outlasted younger stars for that 24/7 gold again and again, back when it was a title that was awarded in the WWE. But Ivar's not here for the mind games. He's here to crush, and every step he takes forces Truth back. Don't mistake that pace for slowness. It's a measured hunt. Ivar working on R-Truth in the corner, a clean break there, and both superstars right back at it. Ivar was, of course, built for war, but he has had to evolve. And being part of a tandem to now occasionally flying solo, he's gone from tag specialist to full spectrum threat. His match with Gunther on Raw, that was a few months ago. That wasn't just impressive, that was a message. Truth trying to dodge, juke, keeping Ivar turning and guessing, trying to keep that power from ever locking on. But right now, Ivar in firm control of this match. But here's a nice reversal from Truth. R-Truth getting in his own moves and plenty of damage on Ivar. R-Truth always wrestles smart. He's always had ring IQ. People forget that this man trained under Manny Fernandez. He's taken bumps in smoky bingo halls and lit up arenas in the Tokyo Dome and those shows back when he was still Ron Killings. Ivar firmly in control once again, using that power advantage that he's got with almost every WWE superstar he enters the ring with. But here's R-Truth countering once again. He's pushing Ivar to shift gears. Ivar's trying to swing harder now, starting to feel the tension build. Truth may be older, but he is slippery. Nothing's more dangerous than a veteran with nothing to lose. Now Ivar back in control, sending R-Truth to the ropes. And a big side suplex there from Ivar. Remember now, this is the same R-Truth who once teamed with The Miz to main event Survivor Series against John Cena and The Rock. The same R-Truth who once said, "I've been slept on so long, I'm part of the mattress." But tonight, he's here to wake everybody up. And a big shoulder there from Ivar sends R-Truth crashing to the outside of the ring. Ivar's got R-Truth on the ropes figuratively in this match. But Ivar usually excels in close range matches, establishing control, using that raw Norse grip. He's got that wild agility, sure, but it's the fundamentals, the pressure, the positioning that make him dangerous. As Ivar is now celebrating in the ring, about to get into the ring as R-Truth is being distracted by Valhalla. Can Ivar take advantage? Yes. That momentary lapse of judgment from R-Truth lets Ivar re-establish control of this match. Here's a pin attempt from Ivar. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. No, R-Truth able to kick out, and this match will continue. This match definitely becoming a grind for both superstars. R-Truth can't slip through as easily. You see both men breathing harder. They're both trying to open up space. R-Truth trying to bait Ivar into overcommitting. But these devastating elbows right now look like they're doing quite the number on R-Truth. Ivar definitely establishing control, but doesn't have his full bite. It doesn't seem like it's R-Truth counters. Maybe that's what's changed. The Ivar of a year ago might have gone full speed and walked into a trap. But this Ivar, he's a little bit more patient and more calculating. R-Truth is definitely digging deep now. He's rallying on instinct. The crowd starting to believe. You can feel it. One good shot, and this could turn. R-Truth could be a winner tonight and establish himself as one of the main threats in next month's tournament to see who will face the Men's United States Champion at our next Premium Live event. The crowd here at WrestleMania would absolutely love that. They'd absolutely love to see R-Truth get his WrestleMania moment to earn a huge victory over a much larger man here in Ivar of the War Raiders. And here's R-Truth. Incredible leg drop there, and R-Truth is feeling the momentum, but look at that. Ivar just pops right back up, does a nice dodge, and then delivers a crushing kick to R-Truth. But R-Truth right back at it. Another counter. Both men fighting back and forth. Another seesaw match here at WrestleMania. You can see the exhaustion on R-Truth as he attempts to pick Ivar up. A little indecision there from R-Truth, but then he delivers a kick. Working on the legs of Ivar. Ivar trying to get a counter in, but no. R-Truth with the shoulder drop. Paying homage to his favorite superstar, John Cena here. R-Truth now firmly in control, and the crowd absolutely loving it. Oh, but look at this. R-Truth getting distracted once again by Valhalla and Eric at ringside. R-Truth can't afford these momentary lapse of judgments, but he's able to get back to Ivar before Ivar can take advantage. Now a crushing DDT there from R-Truth, but it seems as though that move took just as much out of Truth as it did Ivar. Now Truth slowly getting to his feet. He's going to go to the top rope. High-risk maneuver here from R-Truth. Can he connect? Yes! A right hand, and R-Truth is going for the pinfall. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Can R-Truth make the crowd happy here tonight? No. Ivar barely able to kick out R-Truth. You can see the disappointment on his face, but now R-Truth looks like he's setting Ivar up for the finishing move. But there's a counter from Ivar. And here comes the Viking Experience, Ivar's finisher. R-Truth may be in trouble here. This could be it, folks. Ivar screams in triumph, goes for the pinfall. 1, 2, and no! R-Truth kicks out at the very last second. R-Truth still alive, much to the crowd's a delight here at WrestleMania, but another crushing kick from Ivar puts R-Truth right back down. And oh God, here we go. Ivar going to the top, and the incredible athleticism shown by Ivar as he lands that reverse moonsault. Not sure exactly what that, if that's what you'd call it, but then Ivar gets the victory. Incredible move there from Ivar. Great heart from R-Truth. He came out swinging. He brought the footwork, the trickery, the veteran savvy. He made Ivar work for every inch. There were flashes of that old R-Truth magic, those deceptive dodges, that ring awareness honed from decades of survival. But Ivar, he was on another level tonight. This was not the tag team brawler of old. This was a redefined solo warrior. Precise, focused, and dangerous. Of course, having Valhalla and Eric at ringside did help a couple times distracting R-Truth. But that Viking Experience, an incredible move from the top rope, perfectly timed. Ivar didn't just overpower Truth, he out-thought him tonight. Now Ivar moves on to the Men's United States Championship Tournament next month. Whoever wins the U.S. title later tonight, we don't know who's competing for it. Whoever it is, they've got to be watching this performance closely. Ivar has planted his flag in The Rock's new era. And as for R-Truth, you can't help but respect the fight. The man gave us heart, gave us laughter, and gave us everything he had. He may not have won tonight, but his legacy is still intact, still legendary. This WrestleMania is just heating up, and if that's the kind of war we're getting in the first two matches, then buckle up. The Rock's era does not waste time. Ivar celebrating with Eric in the ring. Valhalla in there as well. Ivar moves on to the United States Men's Championship Tournament next month in hopes of facing whoever the United States champion will be at next month's premium live event. Stay tuned, folks. There is more action to come. Well, if you missed the last match, you missed a battle. R-Truth gave us everything: agility, ring IQ, heart, but in the end, it was Ivar, the War Raider, who sealed the win with that devastating Viking Experience and moonsault off the top rope. And now Ivar moves on to the Men's United States Championship Tournament next month, a huge moment in his solo journey. Of course, he will continue his tag team competition with Eric as the War Raiders. But the night marches forward, and we pivot now to our next qualifying match, and this one has international stakes and otherworldly presence. First down the ramp with flames in her soul and a storm in her eyes, Alba Fire. And beside her, the woman we saw earlier tonight, Isla Dawn, still recovering after her loss to Maxine Dupree, but she looks fairly recovered as she's coming down to ringside with Alba Fire. That was in our opening bout. Isla may be bruised, but she's here in Alba Fire's corner as they are a tag team to deal with in the women's division, and their connection, their bond, goes deeper than tag team chemistry. These two are witch-bound. What one feels, the other channels. And Alba Fire is no stranger to gold, from dominating NXT UK as the longest reigning women's champion in that brand's history, to reuniting with Isla in the unholy alliance or the unholy union, whatever they are called. I can't quite remember right now, even though it just showed it on the screen, I think. But Alba Fire brings precision, violence, and poetic fury. She's unpredictable, and now she's seeking individual validation, a chance to enter the tournament next month for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. The winner of this match gets a spot in that tournament next month. And across the ring from her, making her way down to the ring right now, a pirate with purpose, a warrior of the wind. returning legend, it's Kairi Sane. Flanked tonight by her Damage Control allies, Asuka, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. Though let's be clear, this faction is loose-knit at this point. Sometimes they ride together, sometimes they drift. But tonight, they're in Kairi's corner, and they're here to show solidarity. Kairi's return to the WWE has been thunderous. She's one of the most beloved wrestlers in modern WWE history, not just for her spectacular offense, but for the sheer emotional weight she brings to every fight. A former NXT Women's Champion, former WWE Women's Tag Team Champion, a Mae Young Classic winner, and now after time spent tearing it up in Stardom and in Japan, she's back in WWE with one eye on legacy and one eye on the Women's Intercontinental Championship. And the bell rings. Look at these two going at it. You've got two masters of timing, both forged in very different fires. One from the brutal grind of Scottish independent wrestling, the other from the disciplined, explosive circuits of Japan. Alba Fire and Kairi Sane, both former champions, both dangerous in ways that are deceptively quiet. Kairi always starts light on her feet, that traditional Joshi movement, clean, measured, but coiled with spring. Fire doesn't move the same way. Her presence is denser, almost like she's waiting for you to blink first, so she can strike from the smoke. Let's talk a little bit about Alba Fire. Before she was Fire, she was Kay Lee Ray, and under that name, she ruled NXT UK. A title reign that lasted over 600 days, defended in wars against Toni Storm, Piper Niven, Maiko Satomura, the kind of matches that don't just define a brand, they make it. But what makes Fire dangerous now is how she's adapted. Since rebranding, since aligning with Isla Dawn, she's embraced a darker, more ritualistic energy. Her strikes aren't just physical. They are much more than that. They're psychological. She doesn't just want to win. She wants you to question yourself while she wins. And then there's Kairi, the Pirate Princess, one of the most technically graceful athletes to ever step between the ropes. That sailing motif isn't just for show. It's about the way she navigates space. She doesn't move through the ring, she charts it. Diagonal approaches, misdirected steps, sudden angle changes, it's art. It's also devastating when paired with her underrated toughness. Because make no mistake, Kairi is tough. You remember her match with Shayna Baszler in NXT? Took an armbar and nearly turned it into a submission of her own. Or her last woman standing match against Asuka. Absolutely legendary. And now here she is back from Japan, having faced the best that Stardom had to offer. She's a leaner, faster, and more explosive version of herself. Tonight she isn't sailing through the storm, she is the storm. Meanwhile, Isla Dawn is watching every second from ringside. There's a subtle tension there. She lost her own qualifying match earlier. You know that sting is fresh, but she's here for Fire. They've always said they're entwined, and it shows. Whether in tag competition or standing alone, they draw strength from one another. But Kairi has a fleet. Even if Damage Control is fractured, that bond with Asuka and Io Sky runs deep. The three of them made magic in Japan, and now in WWE, they've been champions, antagonists, revolutionaries. Dakota Kai is barking orders at ringside, Asuka's pacing, and Io is laser focused. There's a quiet respect in the match itself, though. Neither woman is rushing or studying, calculating. It's a chess game, and every exchange feels loaded with meaning. And you can feel the crowd there with this one. It's not just about who's louder, it's about who's smarter, who breaks rhythm, who creates the angle no one saw coming. Kairi has nearly trapped Alba in the corner in the course of this match, but Alba has escaped each time with grace, almost floating back to the center ring. And now Kairi Sane going for a pinfall attempt, but the referee is distracted thanks to reattaching the turnbuckle pad that Isla Dawn had removed. So that move may have saved Alba Fire. Kairi Sane looked like she might have been able to get the 3 count there. Now Alba Fire fighting back. Her confidence is rising. Isla giving her a nod from ringside, just a flicker. And you can see it click. Alba's beginning to stalk. It's a psychological pendulum swing, a kind of slow burning shift that flips the entire tone of a match, but a huge DDT there from Kairi Sane that hurt both superstars. Both are down now. Alba Fire able to get outside the ring. And Kairi Sane finally getting to her feet, but Sane back in control of the match for now. Kairi adjusting. She's reading this match beautifully, trying to reset. But now she's reacting, not initiating, it could be argued. And it's dangerous against someone like Fire. Both women down. Fire kind of has her pinned, but the referee did not count it. Kairi Sane back to her feet. And this match continues. Now Alba Fire reversing it. Another back and forth match. Alba Fire going for a pinfall victory. Could this be it, folks? 1, 2, no. Kairi Sane is able to kick out. And Alba Fire going right back for another pinfall attempt, but this time using the ropes as leverage, but Kairi Sane almost immediately kicks out. Fire frustrated, but continuing the assault. And Kairi Sane in the middle of the ring now. What an incredible performance. What an incredible night of wrestling. What an incredible weekend of wrestling. Of course, NXT Stand and Deliver preceding this. We are now in our 3rd match here in Wrestlemania. We've seen Maxine Dupree qualify for the Women's United States Championship Tournament next month by defeating Isla Dawn in our opener. We saw Ivar defeat R-Truth to qualify for the Men's United States Championship Tournament next month. And now we are seeing Alba Fire battle it out with Kairi Sane. The winner gets a spot in the Women's Intercontinental Championship Tournament next month. A huge honor for both. Here's a submission hold by Alba Fire, but Kairi Sane, not exactly sure what happened there, but Alba Fire now in control, and a huge move there from Alba Fire. Kairi Sane looks to be in trouble. Look at this, Alba Fire going to the top rope. And a suicide dive, a huge move, connects. That could be it, folks. 1, 2, 3, no! Kairi Sane has kicked out at the last possible millisecond, and you could see the frustration on Alba Fire. She cannot believe that did not just win her the match. She's continuing to go after Kairi Sane, not letting up one bit. Kairi Sane pops up, but a big right forearm from Alba Fire, and now it looks like a sleeper hold potentially. No, just physically assaulting Kairi Sane. Alba Fire not letting up. You know, the unholy union, the unholy alliance, whatever they call themselves, they don't want to go 0-2 here tonight. Isla Dawn having lost our opener, but Alba Fire competing very well against Kairi Sane. But oh, look at that. I think Alba Fire just got busted open. Kairi Sane now working on the legs of Alba Fire. As Sane might be going to the top rope. No, she's undoing a turnbuckle pad right in full view of the referee. The referee just immediately goes back over and reattaches it. But that does give a little bit of time for the referee to be distracted. Kairi Sane just working on the arms, delivering kicks to the head to Alba Fire. And now she might be going for the finishing elbow drop, that patented move from Kairi Sane. Here it is. Yes, it connects. That's got to be it, folks. Kairi Sane connects with the elbow drop from the top rope. Here's the pinfall attempt. 1, A slow count from the ref, too, and Alba Fire is able to kick out. That was a bit of a slow count from the referee. Kairi Sane, you can see, said something to the referee right after the breaking up of the pin by Alba Fire. I think Kairi Sane was not very happy at the speed of that count, but nevertheless, the match continues. Kairi Sane now working on the legs of Alba Fire. Yet another war here at WrestleMania. All the superstars have done so well tonight. The winners have to be extremely proud, as all three matches now have been absolute wars. Alba Fire back in control, going for a pin attempt. You can see the blood on her forehead. There's two, but no, Kairi Sane is able to kick out, and the match continues. Yet another marathon match. Alba Fire looks like she is talking to Dakota Kai. Momentarily distracted, Kairi Sane going to use that to get control of the match. And could that be the difference in this huge match where one superstar gets to punch their ticket to the Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament? So there'll be multiple superstars in that tournament, but the winner of that tournament will get to face whoever wins the Women's Intercontinental title later tonight here at WrestleMania. Look at this Alba Fire going to the top rope. Another suicide dive connects. That's two now. I believe only two, but going for the pinfall victory. This has got to be it. Yes, 3-count Alba Fire finally wins this match. A massive win for Alba Fire. A victory drenched in precision, patience, and punishment. Kairi Sane gave her everything. The support from Damage Control just not enough to tip the scales. In the end, it comes down to execution, and that multiple top road suicide dives from Alba Fire were surgical. Now, Fire moves forward into next month's Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament, where she'll have the chance to compete for the right to face whoever leaves WrestleMania tonight as a champion in our next Premium Live event at the end of next month. For Isla Dawn, this has to be bittersweet. Her shot slipped away earlier tonight, but her partner just earned a spot in the Intercontinental title picture. The unholy union continues, just in slightly different arenas. Of course, they will still compete occasionally as a tag team and potentially compete for the Women's Tag Team Championship at some point. But for now, Alba Fire gets the victory. Kairi, this isn't the end. She's just far too good for that, too respected. But tonight was Alba's night, and the road to gold just got a whole lot hotter for the rest of the women's division here in WWE. As Alba Fire claims victory, and we will see her next month in the Intercontinental Championship tournament in the women's division to see who will face our Intercontinental title holder at next month's Premium Live event. Now, on to our next match.